Welcome to another episode of the Viral Virtue Show, the show that tries to promote a culture of good morals, values, and character. My name is Big OJ, and in the studio with me today is
AB
and
OC.
Amazing. Great to have you guys here. I know we're going to have an amazing time.
Yeah. All right. So today we'll be talking about something they say is the root of all evil, which I actually don't believe it though, but that's what they say.
They say it's the love of it.
Yes. Well, we'll be talking about something really interesting.
I'm sure they can guess.
Already. We'll be talking about something really interesting. We'll be talking about money. And guys, what do you think about money?
I think money is
a great tool.
Important.
Everybody should have it too. Truly.
Very important, yeah.
Okay, so young people these days, there's this song that's everywhere. Every money where I get enjoyment. I don't know if you've listened to that song. Every small money where I get enjoyment, I go they take them. You've not seen that stuff on Instagram?
So I think the one I've heard is okay. There's this Patek song by some secular artist.
Okay.
Yeah. Any money where I get, then he started calling different stuff to use it for Patek wristwatch.
So is that one?
Stuff.
Is that's the song? So it's simply. Okay, we will show.
Maybe I've heard it, but.
All right. So that worries me because that seems to be the mindset of a lot of people. Whatever money they're not thinking investment, they're not thinking long term, they're not thinking, they're not thinking maturity, they're not maturing with money. So that's what I'm really excited about today.
I am too.
Yeah, we'll be talking about money.
So I think today's conversation is going to be amazing. Especially not just talking about money, but the money mistakes people make.
Yeah,
right?
both young and old, right?
And as OC said, money is a tool, right? So it depends on how you use it. Money does not have gender, does not have religion.
It's neutral, really.
It's neutral. So how
money in the hands of a good person, money is great. Money in the hands of a bad person, money is evil. Yes.
Those are my thoughts
I can't even wait for us to dig into this topic. Okay. Yeah. So today I'll be introducing our guest, Toyin Alase. She'll be joining us and let us really look into money and what we're going to be talking about today. So don't go away.
A very warm welcome to everyone watching. We show you life-changing stories, those you have helped through your generous giving.
I say thank you to CBN.
You provided free surgeries for the helpless, clean water wells for many communities, empowered youth, women, and widows. For more heartwarming and life-transforming stories you made happen, watch episodes of You Were There on Flame TV.
Welcome back to the Viral Virtue Show. And if you're just joining us, we've been talking about an important topic that affects all of us, if you agree. We're talking about money mistakes people make. And before the break, we had introduced our guest, but we're going to have a conversation shortly, right? Before that, I think AB will want to share.
Yes, I have five things.
Yes.
And funny enough, I got them from Moneywise. That's so my 5 things for today. One is dump the rich, quick mindset because wealth takes time to grow. It just doesn't happen. It takes time to grow. And then money is a consequence of value creation or problem solving. 3, don't look for more money. Look for more problems to solve. And then 4, investigate before investing. A lot of people just go straight into, they see one really good idea and they just pop in, let's invest. But before you go into a business, investigate. And then 5, get a financial growth strategy for your personal life and for your business. So those are my 5 things for today.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you so much, AB. Great to have you here, Toyin.
Nice to be here.
Amazing. Great to have you. So I think we probably should just jump straight into the questions, right? Okay. And so considering the topic that we have today, money mistakes people make, I know you've interacted with lots of people and she just talked about your platform, Moneywise. So maybe before that, you should just tell us
a bit about
what's the goal, what's the idea behind Moneywise?
Moneywise, okay. So Moneywise is basically
Toyin, please have some
financial. Oh, thank you. It's a financial advisory firm.
Yeah.
And what we do is to help people make wise financial choices, just like you said, mistakes. So I made a lot of mistakes while on the job as a banker for many years with my income. And so I saw that was a major gap in the industry, and with other people around me, it was like 90% of people around you are broke, yet they have a good income. So Money-Wise is just there to fill that gap by educating people properly regarding what they should do with money simply.
So I will probably want to ask a question, talking about mistakes people make with money. What are 3 common mistakes that we all make, or we've made at some point, and for the viewers also? What 3 common mistakes have you observed because of your work?
All right, so the first would be lack of financial planning.
Okay.
So, for example, it's the beginning of the year. Everybody just starts running. We sort of plan every other aspect of our lives, but not the financial aspect. So, well, for example, do you have a financial goal for the year?
Yes, I do.
Okay, awesome. A lot of people don't. So they just work, earn it all, and spend it all. Now, if you don't have a goal, imagine we're playing a game of football and there's no goal posts. We will play around. But the moment you see a goal post, the game changes because you don't want anybody to win you. You want to win instead. So having a financial plan is very important. So that's one of the number 1 mistake. As a matter of fact, it's what accumulates to lack of savings, lack of investment, because if you're already determined that at the end of this year, I will be worth 50 million naira, there's a way you will run the year. There's a way you manage your finance. So most of our financial issues stem from that issue of not planning and just running.
And if I'm to cue into what you said, I probably want to throw it to you guys. I don't know if you've observed this culture of debt, getting into debt as a means of fulfilling our present desires.
Yes,
right?
and you know that the banks and every facility, they've made it really easily accessible. So I can just be on my bed and then I get a loan. And so it's now like a culture. I'm broke. Okay, instead of me to figure out how I will, I just get, neck deep into loan.
We'll see. What do you think about this culture?
I don't agree with it. I feel like the gap is there, agreed. That's what the banks have recognized. And then they have provided a type of value. The onus is on you.
Self-control.
Yes, to manage yourself, manage information, have a plan, and allow their plan fit into yours. Don't fit into their plans. Because if you have a goal, like she has said, even a loan is provided. If you want to take a loan, there's a reason why you take a loan, not just for gratifying some immediate need. But you might have a much more strategic reason for a goal, for taking a loan, for instance. So the onus is on you, who is being tempted, for lack of a better word, to take advantage of the easy money, spend now, pay later culture.
Like, because I know cases of people who, let's say you borrow money, like it's almost Christmas, or your guys are coming into town, and you can just go on one app and just like, how do I get like 500K?
In fact, they send me a lot of, you're eligible to get this loan on a regular basis.
So it now seems to me now, like you said, the onus is on you. So there has to be like some form of financial discipline as an individual, right? So let's maybe we should just talk about that a little.
Yeah, when it comes to debt, it's not going to get better actually. In terms of it's going to become like we're going to have credit cards littered all over the country very soon.
Wow.
So. Just like she said, it's a personal thing you'll have to decide not to do. And of course, people like me who don't teach loans will always keep saying avoid it, because I've seen a lot of, by virtue of what I do and what I did even at the bank, I've seen people go through some things financially, and I'm able to tell where the real problem is. So I've seen people who are broke become successful, and I've seen very successful people who got a lot of money become broke over my 11-year career in the bank. And even when stepping out of the bank and doing financial coaching and advisory, I've seen a lot of people in financial messes. And the truth of the matter, even though you mentioned when you're taking loans for business, I am yet to see that small business person who took the loan and is able to pay very well.
Worked out, right?
They're all in a mess. they're always sending messages, they don't know what to do and all of that. Because the thing about taking loans for business is you don't take a loan when business is bad for business.
Okay.
You take loans for business when business is good.
To expand.
Yes. So you've expended maybe your 5 million, 10 million is working well, and so you need to expand to maybe another city or another location. Then you come for a loan. So the basis for loans are actually wrong.
Skewed, huh?
We a lot of people can't delay gratification instantly. They want to enjoy life. There's social media pressure. So I like what you're wearing. I want them, and you don't know these things cost a lot of money, and we don't even care sometimes. So I always say that it starts with being content. If you're not content, you will compare.
True.
If you compare, you will compete, and then you will spend monies that you don't have. So a lot of things are influencing it today, but that's why financial advice and education is important, because you have to be aware and know that this is how to create wealth. I always say something that the loaning system is just out to impoverish people more than enrich them.
I think so too.
And because the reason is wealth building has principles that's not going to change because our country or economy is changing.
Yeah.
Because the times are changing. They've been there for years, and they're not going to change because of our indisciplines.
Sure.
So saving money, investing, thinking long term, which is a lot of problems for people, are the principles to wealth creation. So if you choose to enjoy things now instead of later, then you can't build wealth. That's the truth.
That's the truth.
Wow.
So I think
adulterated.
much later in the show, we'll go and deep into the things you talk about: saving, investment, and all of that. Yeah.
All right. So I think we'll take a break, and when we come back, there's more.
Thanks for joining us on Heart to Heart.
It's good to have you both on the program.
It's our pleasure to be here.
What is the truth? I've been singing for as long as.
Program that allows you into the world of your favorite artists as they share their personal stories with you.
And we realized on the second day it wasn't improving.
And there are many people who have been there and have compromised.
No matter what I face. People go from admiring these people and forget that these people are really human.
The program gives you the opportunity to really see the person behind every performance you see.
See how we changed my life. See how we washed me clean.
Watch episodes of Heart to Heart on Flame TV.
Welcome back to the Viral Virtue Show. And if you're just joining us, we've been talking about money mistakes people make with OC, AB, and our amazing guest, Toyin. Right, Toyin, just before the break, you were dropping some very, very succinct points about money mistakes people make. So I want to ask, for someone who is watching right now, at what point is it too late? At what point do you say, oh, I've made so much mistakes and I can't get my money right? Do people get to that point?
Well, yeah. So when you're not on the right path with money, you will actually get to that point. It doesn't mean you can't fix it.
Yeah.
It just means that you're so overwhelmed that you really need to fix it. And that's a good place to be, because a lot of people will just go on and they're 50, 60 before they wake up. So there's a research that was done, and it found out that humans don't correct their money problems until they've had it up to here. So that frustration is good for us. So when it's either you're overwhelmed with debt or the money is not enough that is coming in and you have a lot more bills than you're making and all of that. But the bottom line is the principles are still there. All you need to do is to take a step back, check where you are. So if you're coming to see me and you call me, oh, I'm coming to see you, where? The first question I'm going to ask you is, where are you? Because that's the basis for which I'll direct you to where I am.
Yeah.
So you want to get to a destination right now.
Yeah, that's
you need
very
to know
profound.
where you are.
Very true.
So where are you right now? So I do this to a lot of clients, and we find out that, okay, it's not even as bad as we thought it was. The moment we sit down, list out, okay, how much comes in, how much are you owing, and all of that, it then becomes something possible. Yeah, you might have 5 companies calling you for their money at the same time, but the moment you sit down and see where you really are, and then we begin to plot where I'm going to.
So I'm trying to be careful so our conversation doesn't just run into talking about debts.
Yeah.
Right? So
yes.
maybe we should talk a little about like investments, because from the
Yes.
point of a personal experience, I remember there was some investment I made 2 years ago, and like I literally carried about
You don't want us to flog you?
3.5 years worth of my
wages.
savings
Wow.
into that, and in the space of 7 months, I literally saw it go from 100% of its worth to about 22%.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And I think that's where the investigating before investing comes up.
Yes.
Yeah.
But do we always get it right? So I'm just thinking to myself. So at what point is it? At what point is it financial intelligence? At what point is it financial foolishness?
Okay, so for the example of, for the subject of investing, for example, there's the first thing she said, to investigate before investing. Another thing is, when you're starting out investing, there are 3 major baskets you should look out for. It depends on where you are at the time you made that investment. So there's a secure basket that I always recommend everybody should build, first of all. Those are investments you do where your money, your capital is safe.
Okay.
So the value, inflation may impact on the value, but your money is still your money. You are sure that I'll get my 100% back. So usually in such investments, you don't have a lot of returns on it because you're doing maybe investments like government bonds, money markets. They are secure. That's your secure basket, and that's where you start from. See, the problem comes where people want to do, for example, a high-risk investment like crypto without having a fallback in money market. I think
We need to investigate. We need to investigate you.
So I'm suspecting that that's probably, but it depends on where you are at the time you did it. If you had a secure basket of say 20 million, if you lost that, you're still fine. People must take risks. There's no wealth building without risks. So there's a stage we will tell you, oh, you need to do this. You need to take some risks here. But you have to start from somewhere such that even if anything goes wrong, there's a fallback. I've read a lot of books because there's always something out there on social media or online that you hear. Just take all the risks. Is it in the risks? But that's not true. All the top hedge funds that you see in the world that are raking in billions of dollars, they still have a secure basket of 30%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, even when you have a licensed fund manager, the government regulates them such that they can't take risks on 100% of the money they get.
Wow, that's
So there are checks and balances here and there. Those are the principles. So start from secure, move on to your high risk, and then you can start to build your dreams basket, which is like the third basket. I need to take a vacation, I need to buy another car, I need to build a house in the Bahamas or something. So if you take it one step at a time, honestly, you'll build wealth. The higher the risk, the higher the return. So you might lose some money, but a lot of times what we call losses or high-risk investments are actually long-term investments. If you take, for example, the stock market, you would have years where it's low. You would have years where it's high. On the average, you get up to 30% over a period of time. If you take an average over 5 years or 10 years, you've made money. But if you're looking at 1 year, I lost. And then people go in, pull out all their money. No. When you're going to the high-risk terrain, you don't have to think long term. You may not have lost completely. It depends on how long ago. It depends on what you're doing. So that's how investment works. It takes a lot of time.
That's amazing.
It's so profound. Let me just hear from you, OC. What are your thoughts around personal finance generally? How can someone get to the right place? Let me just ask.
I had to, you didn't see me, but I had to signal when you said, if you're going to come to me, I'm first going to ask you, where are you? Yes, because being aware, being very knowledgeable about where you are in your finances is so key. So that would be the first thing I would do. Then I'm loving the 3 baskets. That's something I'm taking away from this conversation. When she says you need to have that steady basket that is secure. So I think a salary would be a secure basket, right? or a business? What would be a secure basket?
Yeah. So it's what you retain from the salary.
Okay, what you retain from the salary. So what you can save.
Yes.
More or less like your savings.
Yes, and so we put it in a low risk investment, like the money market, government bonds, treasury bills.
Okay.
That's where you put it.
So I would start with savings, just to have savings, and then from that savings I'll have like I personally, that's what I've always done, have a certain percentage that I keep to invest.
Yes.
The more I'm able to attract in more income, the more I've even kept it at that percentage. It's just that the more income has come in, the more I have to play around with. Yes, and so that's what I've done. Amazing. So my philosophy is save as much. Give as much, because there's a principle that says you scatter your bread across many waters and it will come back to you. So give as much, save as much, invest as much. Yeah, so that's how I feel.
Give as much, save as much, and invest as much. Nice
Queuing
one.
that into something you started with, because at the end of the day, it's your ability to think long term. So that you don't get to that point where you are stranded and probably have to compromise and do things that lead you away from good morals, characters, and values. Yes. So, with that said,
I think we should play a game.
Yeah.
We've been very serious. Let's step down. So we'll be playing a little game, not so complicated. We'll be building a pyramid.
Oh, okay.
A tree, she has a tree step.
Four.
Yes.
Okay,
and 3. I think we go 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
And we'll be doing it in one hand.
Okay.
Let's make it a little bit difficult. Let's use our left hand.
What if I'm
Someone here might be left
I don't. Well, I know that some people are not, so let's use our left hand. All right.
Cheating. Pasha.
Let me help you.
All right. Thank you. All right. So we are going to group ourselves. So team. I think I'll go with team. No.
Team.
Oh yeah, choose who you want.
Maybe we'll do team.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Team investment.
Okay. So what's the name of our team?
This team, we're going to be
What's the name of our own
Team
team
investment, team long-term investment.
Okay, so we're still there. All right, so we'll be building. We'll be doing it together.
Okay.
All right, so let's just open it up. I think you will do yours
Like
there.
this.
Well, so what should we do?
You will be building a pyramid, 3 steps with your left hand. Which one? Okay.
Are there more cups?
No, I think that will work. It will work. So we are doing 3, 2.
So we
I think
need.
you guys need,
Yes.
Okay.
So
All
right,
gather
so
it together. Let's
we
not
have-
be structured. Just bring it together.
we have 1 minute. All right.
So I think your group will present a person and our group will do that, right?
No, let's do it together.
Together?
Right?
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
because so please go ahead. Start.
Do they start? Oh, we do it together. Like 3, 2, 1.
Go.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. All right.
Let me put the pinkies in the middle.
Bring this up here. Bring it up here. I think it was a draw. It was a draw.
But ours is patterned, yours is not.
Who told you? Okay, so ours is a bit Exactly.
You don't put all your investment in just
In
one
one
place. It's a
basket,
free
exactly.
basket.
You know, you said we should do something. I almost helped out with my right hand before I remembered.
All right, so
behind.
let's. I think we have to sign our trophy. Yes.
Okay, yes.
Whenever we have our guests,
had
we
such
want
a
them to
great
drop
moment.
something. Let's
Just
know
I
that
and
they
I
were
was there,
here,
kind
that
of,
kind of thing.
you know. All
So-
right.
Red or green.
Yeah, it actually matches my outfit.
Oh, and okay, it depends on which one she
Yes.
picks.
Well,
Which one do you
We'll
want?
do red
That
or
I
green.
pick. Oh, green. That's my
Oh,
brand.
okay. Yes, that's true.
Okay.
Anywhere.
So the sign
Anywhere you
anywhere. Okay.
I think there's another
Yes,
grain
we
or
have another
something.
one.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I'm just signing, right?
Yes.
No, you can write your name, anything you want to write. Maybe you put money wise.
So, Tony, how's your experience being in the Viral Virtue House?
Oh, okay. It's been lovely. Nice to meet you. have a very beautiful studio.
Thank you.
Yeah. The show is rich.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a selfie, and then I'm going to wrap this whole thing up.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So.
Okay. So I think that's on me now. Okay. Please. 2 seconds, please. I'll be done in no time.
Okay.
Okay. So I think we have it.
So I'll go to the back.
Yes. But you though, I think we need you.
All right.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Sorry.
Thanks so much for being here, Toyin.
Thank you very much
Amazing.
for having me.
All right. So we've had a great time talking with Toyin about the money mistakes that people make. And I'm really hoping that you've taken away something. 3 baskets, never forget that. If you forget anything else on this show, if you'd like to sponsor this show, please feel free to call the numbers on your screen. Now, one of the things that we've talked about is money is important and it runs our lives. But without morals, without value systems that drive our decisions, we tend to fall victim to all these money mistakes that people make. And we're hoping that you've taken away something here that would cause you not just to make good decisions, but it will influence your value system and drive your character. So until we see you again next week, don't forget to tune in same time next time. Have a good evening.